Hello learners, welcome back to my channel Teacher Sneha. In today's video, we are going to learn Standard 6 Science Chapter 1 Characteristics of Living Organism. In this video, we are going to learn about the characteristics that makes a living thing different from a non-living thing. So let's explore the chapter. Think about this. When Moti, the pet dog, grew up, why didn't his leash, dog collar, and other accessories grow up? This is the example given in your textbook. Let's explore this situation and try to understand why our dog grew up but the other factors did not grow up. Moti is a living thing. Living things grow, eat food, move, respond, but non-living things do not. The leash, dog collar, and other accessories were non-living things. That's why they did not grow up. But Moti, living thing, he grew up. This is the picture given in our textbook, and we have to classify the objects given in the picture as living and non-living things. So here is a list of living things and non-living things that I have made for you to understand the picture more clearly. Let's observe a tree trunk and area around it. Imagine you're standing under a big tree in your school garden or a nearby field. What living things can you see here? You might notice birds sitting on the branches, butterflies flying around the flowers, squirrel climbing the tree, or ants crawling on the ground. You may even find grass, small plants, and colorful flowers growing nearby. When you observe more carefully, you spot tiny insects hiding in the rough bark. Look under the fallen leaves. You may discover earthworms, snails, spiders, or even mushrooms growing in damp places. Living things can be microscopic. Some living organisms are large, easy to see, like trees, birds, dogs, or cows. But many living things are very tiny. You cannot see them with your naked eyes. We will have to use a microscope if we have to observe them. So, when you observe the tree trunk, you could notice earthworms, snails, and spiders, which were easy to spot with your naked eyes, but at the same time, there might be some bacteria, fungi, which were microscopic, so we could not notice them with our naked eyes. What do living things need to grow? Living organisms may look different from each other. They all have some basic needs. Every living thing needs air, water, and food to survive and grow. Now let's understand the difference between growth and development. Growth in living beings is not just the increase in their size, height, and weight. As a baby grows, it also learns new skills such as crawling, standing, walking, and jumping. So, growth means the growth of your height, weight, body size, but development involves learning new skills. Development is the progress in an organism's body, intelligence, work capacity, and skills. Let's understand this with one example. Imagine when you were a small baby, when you started to learn maths, you could do simple math sums such as 5 plus 5, 4 multiplied by 8, 2 plus 2, etc. But when you grew older, you started to solve complex math problems that involved algebra, geometrical concepts. How did all of this happen? It's because you did not only grow with your body, but your brain developed new skills. So, development involves learning new skills and applying them in our real life, whereas growth is restricted only to the increase in size and number of cells. Now, let's see how growth happens in plants. Plants continue to grow as long as they live. We can observe growth in all organs of animals. Some parts of the plants grow throughout their lifespan, such as the girth of the tree trunk and the length of the branches and the length of the roots. We can also find out the age of the plant by counting the xylem rings in a tree trunk, because every year one new xylem ring is added to the tree trunk as the tree becomes 1 year older. Plants produce their own food through a process called photosynthesis, wherein they take sunlight, carbon dioxide, and water, and with the help of chloroplast in the plant's leaf, they convert carbon dioxide and water into glucose. In this process, oxygen gas is released as a byproduct. Animals depend on plants and other animals for their food. Because animals do not contain chloroplast, we cannot create our own glucose as a source of food. That's why animals have to depend on plants to obtain their food. The intake of food resulting in growth is a characteristic of all living organisms. Now let's brainstorm with your friends. Discuss the following points in your class. What will happen if there is a large beehive on a tree branch? Some children light a fire under that tree. A hen and her chicks are picking grains. A cat or a snake approaches to them. Water is poured on one side of a mound of dry soil. A live earthworm is being placed on the dry soil near the moist edge of the mound. Many pigeons have gathered on the ground near a building and on wire. Suddenly, there is a loud noise of firecrackers. A small baby is in cradle, feels hungry, or its clothes get wet. Lotus buds were closed during the night. After sunrise, sunlight fell upon those buds. The sun set, many birds returned to their nest, slept quietly on the tree throughout the night. It is not down, and a reddish glow is visible near eastern horizon. What will happen in each of these cases? How these plants and animals would behave? Think with your partner and share with your class. We would meet in the next video with the discussions about what happened in all these cases, and we will learn some more characteristics of living things.